يا من توارى خوفا من الأنظار
A program for you, a course for you from Monotonous.
ويكشف المستور صحب حيارى من أمهم يحتار يمضي كيدا في ظلمة الديجور يا من توارى.
Speech workouts brought to you by Magnum Pure Petroleum Jelly, a cream for skin care, lips care, and foot care in all seasons.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nisar Nadiadwala with you in a fresh episode on the behalf of speech workouts as your speech coach. Nahmaduhu nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. All praise be to Allah Almighty. He taught us to speak and now we are learning a beautiful skill. In today's episode, we will be continuing our discussion from the previous one where we were discussing about certain flaws and errors, bad habits in speeches. Especially certain habits they bore of the people. And two among them will be discussed today is a monotonous speech as well as a repetition speech. Now what is a monotonous speech? A monotonous speech is a speech which does not have any ups and downs in the voice. There is no culture or discipline in the voice. I will give you a small demonstration. Today I am going to tell you about a small boy who was going to school one day. The small boy was not very smart in studies. The teacher liked him very much and he was very cute, but he was a little lazy. One day the teacher said, "Young boy, why are you like this?" The boy said, "Am I really like this?" You saw this small speech? There is no up and down in the voice. There are adjectives which should have been gone up or should have come down. There was no modulation at all. It appears that a person is just flatly reading from the paper, though he may not be reading. There are many people among us, many speakers, they are excellent in content, academician, brilliant in their stuff, nicely prepared, PowerPoint presentations or notes, they may be even writers, but they have this bad habit not to use voice modulation at all. So what happens? Within 2-3 minutes, the audience starts losing the interest and the focus. Then they wander in their own thoughts. Some people just pretend to smile at you as if they are enjoying your talk. Some people, they keep on watching the clock, waiting for the talk to end. So when the talk ends, they clap loudly and the speaker is happy that it was a good speech. But people were celebrating his end of the talk. So don't let that happen to you. Record your voice again and find out whether your voice is modulated nicely or not. In a speech modulation, the way a sentence is spoken, as our theme says, it is not only about what I say, it is also about how I say. So you may say, "What are you doing?" It's an ordinary question. If you say, "What are you doing?" it gives a modulation. Like for example, in a modulation, there are 3 to 4 different types of speeches. One is an authoritative speech, like a principal or a teacher or a father. You ask a young boy or a girl, "Why are you crying? Why are you not ready till now?" This is an authoritative. It has a modulation. Why? You have an authoritative manner in speeches. The other is an assertive manner. "May I know the reason why you are loitering in the premises? Can you tell me what's your name?" You see, there is an assertiveness. There is no bossiness. It's modulated still. Then there is one more way, in inquisitive way of modulation. When you are posing a question, "May I know what's your name, sir?" This is an inquisitive. Somebody wants to know your name. "How are you doing?" You see? Then when you talk to a child, the manner of modulation changes. "How are you doing?" You see, with a child, you try to speak like a child. This is also a part of very good modulation. Certain speeches and certain sentences have tremendous impact upon the people when they are modulated. Like for example, there is an actor in film industry, Hollywood, and there was one sentence which he was supposed to speak in an effective manner, to modulate it, to leave behind as a signature statement. So that actor was Jack Nicholson's. I don't know which movie it is from, but I have read somewhere that he practiced that particular statement of modulation, with modulation, 360 times. How many? 360 times he had practiced to give a fantastic modulation. There are certain sentences which you need to speak in your talk, maybe a couple of statements. If you modulate them nicely, practice them, your modulation will be lovely. Now, how do you improve your modulation? What are the things? How do you fix up your modulation if you are a monotonous or an average modulator? You have to go back again to the vocabulary. Synonyms, adjectives and adverbs. They are the words which can modulate your sentences. For example, this is a beautiful car. Plain sentence, monotonous sentence. This is a beautiful car. You saw? Beautiful. What did I do? I stressed upon adjective. The young child is very lazy. What did I do? The young child is very lazy. Young child is very lazy. Very. You saw? Very. Very is stressed. You are always late. You saw? Always. Now you come to know that one word is stressed upon and the whole sentence appears to be beautifully said with proper effect and impact. Because when you feel something bad, you need to convey it, if not rudely, at least not monotonously. So you might feel that if I speak like that, it might be rude. No, you can speak with modulation, even with effect, without being rude or harsh. Like for example, if you tell a child, my son, you are still awake till now. This is a sentence. Now you say, my son, you are still awake till now? Go and sleep. You saw? There was an affection in talking to the child. So this is modulation. How do you practice it? Write down 10 to 20 questions and read with modulations. Write down 10 to 20 sentences with adjectives or adverbs. The little child cried loudly. Loudly. So loudly is stressed upon to give an impact about the style of the child's cry. This is called modulation. In written format, adjectives and adverbs may not be highlighted with a color, but when the person reads, he reads in his own style, so he understands what the writer is saying. But when you are talking, you need to modulate it. It has to be presented with an effect. Don't be over smart. Over. You are very late. You saw? There was an expression on the face. There was a modulation in the word which was to be stressed upon. So you have to utilize these adjectives. Now what should you do? Write down sentences with adjectives and adverbs and read aloud. Then close them. Think about few adjectives. Speak up in a sentence those adjectives or adverbs. Record it and see whether you modulate it properly or not, whether you stressed upon the adjective and the adverb properly or not. But see to it that you don't fall upon a high pitch sound. Now what's that high pitch sound? Many people, they try to modulate each and every word of the sentences. My name is Nisar Nadiadwala. He is trying to modulate by speaking loudly. Loud speeches are not modulation. Only one or two words in the whole sentence should be modulated. That's all. The rest becomes plain, goes up and down, plain, goes up and down. This is how modulation is being done. Some people, they scream out to modulate. That's not the correct way. For example, you are very late. You are very late. You saw the difference? Very was stressed. You are very late. You saw late. But you are very late. This is not modulation. This is a screaming, high pitch voice. Avoid using high pitches voice. Another exercise I would like to give you. to improve your modulation. Open up your grammar textbook. Wren and Martin is the most common, and I'm sure you must be having the same one. Go to the chapter which teaches you adjectives and read aloud those sentences, 30, 40 sentences, twice and thrice, and try to modulate your voice in different way. For example, I can see a beautiful car from my window. Now modulate it in a different way. I can see a beautiful car from my window. Now I stressed upon my. I can see a beautiful car from my window. Now you saw I can see was modulated. So pick up a sentence or note down 10 to 15 sentences from your grammar textbook. Underline adjectives or any sentences, or don't do anything. Just read aloud each sentences with 3 different types of modulation. And then when you are talking to your family members, relatives, try to modulate yourself. But see to it that you don't look like an actor or an artificial talker. Don't do artificially, or else people will laugh at you and you might get demotivated, and then you will write me, Nisar sir, I was demoralized when people started laughing when I was practicing. First you practice 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and then you try to implement it. And also when you talk to a child or your spouse, when you show affection, try to modulate it. My son, I'm very happy at your performance, very happy. My darling, let's go out for a dinner tonight. You saw? Come on darling, let's go out for a dinner. There is an affection, there is a modulation which reflects a lot of feelings also. So modulation is very important to be focused upon in order to beautify your speech. Now with regards to the other flaws, we will be seeing it in next episode. Till now, we already had a few episodes, and I hope you are learning and you might be having some questions and suggestions and also your experience to share with us how these episodes are being useful to you in your professions and in your daily life. Do write to me on speechworkouts@gmail.com. I will be waiting for it, inshallah. Till then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.